Namaste guys. So for this fortnight, I believe it's fortnight, Lulupu, which is a craft goodies website, which also has a blog that hosts a couple of competitions every fortnightly. So this week they have a sketch challenge, and I do not have a sketch with me right now, but I can what I'll be doing is I'll be posting the link down below of the challenge, and I'm going to quickly show you what I'm going to be making for the competition. And of course you can make a card or a scrapbook, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hybrid card. And when I say hybrid, what I mean is I am going to create a card that has some pages inside and look like a card, but it can double up as a little mini album where the person who receives it can use it to add pictures. Since I'm going to be doing a travel themed card, a bon voyage card. So I'm going to be using my Fabriano black cardstock, which is 220 GSM, and please ignore my fingers, they are all inky and yucky, I know, because I've been prepping for this card all day. So what you need to do is you need to grab the A4 size sheet, and I'm going to just score it at 5 inches, then 5 1/8 of an inch, the next at 10 1/8 of an inch, and then at 10 1/2. So this is the base of my card, and let me just quickly do the folds. And like I said, I'm going to have some pages inside, therefore I've given myself a little spine like that. So it's not going to be a flat card. And then this is going to be my little closure. This one here, I haven't yet figured out how I'm going to do my closing mechanism. I probably might have this going inwards like that, so this entire thing closes like a little box. So that's the base of our card. Let me put that aside and let me show you the other inserts that I have made. This is the inside page, and what I've done is, again, I've taken an A4 size sheet and I've scored it at 4 inches, and then at 4 1/16 of an inch, and then again at 8 1/16 of an inch, and that's it. And I have trimmed this off 1/8 of an inch, just shorten it a bit. And I'm going to again reinforce my score lines. It's always tricky to fold in the 1/16, and then this one is a flap. So that's the inside insert, and then I have another little piece that can be used for journaling, and I haven't inked it and decorated it yet, but then I've already scored it. This was an 8 by 8 piece that I just simply scored at 4 inches, and that will go inside like so. And we'll get to embellishing that later, but then let me just get to the folders and quickly show you the front of the card, which is obviously going to fit to the challenge. So this is going to be my pattern paper. I'm using in the entire line, I'm using the Prima engraver series, and this is my favorite line, you guys. I just love this line, and you've seen my my Thailand travel journal, and if you haven't, you should go and visit that and see how I put together that one using the same line. And this is going to be my bottommost piece. I'm just going to simply wait, before I do that, I need to look at me, I'm forgetting everything. So what I've done is, let me just give you a quick demo. I added a little bit of pattern paper because this is a single-sided paper, and I tore that and I grunched it up the edges, and I tore it a little bit over here as well. And then what I've done is I've made some markings here because I need to add some brads. If you see the sketch, so I'm just going to poke these 3 holes here, and let me show you the main the showstopper of my card is going to be this little viewfinder. And how I put this together was, this is the Tim Holtz Sizzix picture wheel die, and what I did was I punched out 2 of these and stuck them back to back because I wanted some dimension, and then I punched 1 more out from scratch paper, and I used this as a template, and I cut a circle out that fit exactly to my picture wheel, and I glued the template, scratch paper template, right on top of it to put these little pieces in place. I used some repositionable tape to hold this down, and whoops, this shouldn't be right. Just a second. Okay, no harm done. So we can get rid of that. That was just a guide. I use that to glue my things down. And what I'm going to do is, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to trim this a little bit more, since this matches the exact size of the pinwheel or the picture wheel, and I don't want anything showing. So I'm going to glue this down. Just I'm going to check where exactly I want my wheel to go. I think I like it there. And I'm just going to poke another hole for my brad to go through. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to glue this piece down. Anyway, I like. What I did was I used another pattern paper from the series, and I cut this out from the map, the sheet that had the map on it. And I'm just going to grab some brad, and I inked my picture wheel as well, but not excessively. I want a large brad. And I think this is the We Are Memory Keepers brad. I'm not very sure. Then it's probably the We Are Memory Keepers. I do not remember the exact name of the line. And there you go, your picture wheel. You have a moving picture wheel. So, and I really love how this turned out. So moving on to the next bit, I'm going to add some brads at the bottom, and I'm just going to choose some colors. I think I'm just going to add these golden ones. So just going to pop these in. And I bought these really long time ago, and I have no idea what or where they are. I bought them from Etsy, I believe, back when there were no Indian websites selling craft goodies. So just going to open up the prongs. Gotta get rid of that. Why use anything else when you have nails? Not. So there they are, and that makes the base of my card. So it's safe to put this down, and that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to add my favorite craft glue, and I am going to adhere this to the base of my card. I probably might be adding some little, I think I'm just going to add a piece of this measuring tape in here. Just ink it up a bit. I'm using vintage photo. Let's just see. Yes, I'm just going to add some glue in here like that, and I'm going to add some of these this dimensional foam just to make it pop, and another one right on top. And I'm just going to tuck this in like that. So for the next part, continuing with the sketch, I have all my little embellies done for the cover, and let me just grab all of those. So okay, and then we need to add this guy here, and the little suitcase. This little suitcase I made by hand. I just cut out a piece of chipboard, and I punched out the rounded the edges, and I just used little stamp punch to make these little tiny stamps over here, and I just used the leftover paper from the packing paper to cover this up. So I'm just going to guesstimate where I want my suitcase to sit, because I'm going to be adding some flowers and I need a little bit of room for that. And I think I'm going to just lay this down first. And I punched this out from the EK Success punch that I ordered incidentally from Lulupu. This is the Fisker's notebook punch, and I really love this guy. So we have this down, and I'm just going to, what I decided was I also wanted to add some of the same tape right on top. So just move it a little bit, and this is actual measuring tape. It's vintage, so I like to visit stores that have these stuff lying around that nobody really gets around to buying, and they just have them thrown here and there, and I would just request them to show me all of the junk that they have kept aside, and I would buy them. So after we've trimmed that, just ink it down a bit. Probably should have done this before, but then it doesn't really matter. And so attaching the suitcase is a bit tricky because I also want my wheel to move. So I don't want anything to obstruct the movement. therefore I'm only going to be adding my dimensionals down below. So I'm just going to grab my little dimensional squares. And I'm going to add some on the side, like that. Just get rid of the backing. So I'm going to put this puppy down right over here and making sure that I have it straight. I didn't leave enough room for my flowers. So there you go. And for my flowers, now let me just put down the sentiment. Probably could, it says prepare to be amazed, and this I don't remember where I got this from. This was from a pattern paper which had a lot of sentiments written on it, and I had cut them all up into little squares, and I used them from time to time. I probably might even put the sentiment down here. I kind of like it there, down there. Let's see what I'm going to do. Moving on, what I have here are these little tiny tickets that I cut from a pattern paper. I'll come back and show you the finished cover, and then we'll continue with the insides. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.